What's up, guys? Fruit Punch Sabi here. We're here with more White Album 2. Don't get tricked by that. Coda! We're here for Coda. So, last time, we had to make a very difficult decisions. Kazusa or Setsuna? I chose Setsuna. And now, I have to live with my decision. Right now we're checking Kazusa on her feet. So she got like frostbite, kinda. She was walking barefooted in the snow. So we're treating her feet. That's what's going on right now. We missed the Christmas mass though. Kazusa starts limping around a bit, but doesn't look like she's in much pain. Without moving her right ankle, she shows me she can walk. This time I can truly believe her when she says she's fine. That's why.
それじゃあ、俺そろそろ。
I have no purpose here anymore.
陽子さんによろしくな。
言っとく。
Open the closet and take out my coat. If I say I'm doing this without reluctance, I can't say for sure myself whether that be a lie or not. But for the time being, I managed to avoid any overbearing restlessness or maddening loneliness. Instead, just like Kazusa's case for a short while ago, a languid feeling of uncertainty slowly permeates my body.
お大事にな。
I look at the clock to see it's already 1:30 in the morning, around the time the Christmas mass ends. I could neither fulfill my promise to spend Christmas Eve with Setsuna nor our 1 week rule. I set that all aside, made excuse and lied, all because I chose to spend time with Kazusa instead. My self-hatred for my choice, my guilt towards Setsuna, these feelings pierce my heart like an ice pick. How am I supposed to face Setsuna now? What could I say to make her forgive me?
おやすみ。
春樹。
え？
その。お前。
Damn, bro.
明日立つのか?
Why did you use this sprite, bro? I don't understand this sprite. The sprite from Kazusa. Because my mind alone was in a different place. I never noticed Kazusa's desperate expression until now.
日本に帰っちゃうのか?
Was I the only one who thought I had no purpose here anymore?
いや、そんなこと聞いても意味ないんだけどな。ただ旅先で偶然会っただけなんだし、それに刹那と。
カズサ。
Was I the only one who changed my mind?
別に何でもない。たださ、久しぶりに日本の知り合いに会ったから、ちょっと懐かしくなっちゃっただけでさ。
Could it be that Kazusa?
明日のこと聞いてないのか?
明日?
そっか。
It seemed that this final disconnect was a result of an information gap. I knew there was a tomorrow. Kazusa thought today is all she had.
じゃあ、また明日な。
え?
Do we tell her? Hell no, we don't tell her. Thanks to Kazusa's lack of information. No, due to her lack of information, I managed to catch a glimpse of her true thoughts. My uncertainty flies away in an instant and various thoughts float around in my head. I had no recollection of how I returned to my hotel after that. I only remembered that when I came to, I was standing in front of the bed that Setsuna was sleeping on. I stroked her cheeks, gave her a light kiss, laid down on the sofa and closed my eyes. But I couldn't sleep a wink. December 25th, Tuesday.
雪、あらかた溶けちゃったね。
December 25th, a little past 7 a.m. It seems that the snow that fell during the night had turned into rain when the date changed. The snow covering the city disappeared, and so did the rain by the time morning came. Instead, a mist stemming from the river covers the city, engulfing it in whiteness once again. But right now,
どうしたの？元気ないみたい。
I forgot! It's too late. I'll do it next time. I was gonna Photoshop Setsuna. Remember? I could do it right now, but it'll take too much time. I guess it won't take that much time. But I'll do it next time.
そんなことは。
My bad. I see wooden houses that look like they've been taken straight out of the Middle Ages and the ethereal morning mist on the riverbank. Although one would usually be left in awe by such sceneries, I only process them with my eyes and not my mind.
もしかして風邪でもひいた？だからベッド使えばよかったのに、ソファーなんかで寝るから。
セツナを起こしちゃうかなって。
A pile on yet another lie. I masked not waking Setsuna under a pretense of thoughtfulness. Because back then, I had no right to touch Setsuna's warm skin.
そんなこと構わなかったよ。当たり前でしょ？
ごめん。本当にごめん。
Damn, Haruki, he's going back to the way he used to be. A depressing nerd. Just like Takia said, right? A depressing nerd.
私こそ春樹くん戻ってきた時に起きれなくてごめんね。
セツナ、ごめんな。
もういいよ。そこまで申し訳なさそうにされると私まで辛い気持ちになっちゃう。
My utter guilt over my foul play yesterday had been camouflaged by something else. I was unable to meet Setsuna on Christmas Eve. I was unable to meet Setsuna for a week. I even ruined the Christmas mask that Setsuna was looking so forward to.
春樹くんは正しいことをしたんだから、もっと胸を張ってよ。
The fact that I'd done something so horrible to Setsuna only served to increase my persuasiveness.
それにちゃんとこうして会えたんだから。ストラスブールの街を一緒に歩いてるんだから。だから私はもう十分だよ。
Haruki, just hug her. That's why Setsuna doesn't notice the contents of my heart. She's misreading my regret.
今日のお仕事は何時から？
朝の10時から。夕方5時には終わると思う。
じゃあ今夜は一緒に過ごせるかもね。観光もできるかもね。
約束する。昨日の埋め合わせ絶対するから。
だからそんなに決めつけないの。仕事なんて予定通り行く方が珍しいって私だってよく知ってるんだから。
ごめん。いや、わかった。なるべく努力する。
それくらいでいい。私のために頑張ってくれればそれでいいよ。
ありがとう。
Normally, I consider her declaration a bit selfish, but it is our vacation, and you're up on top of that. There's no one we know in this environment other than each other. I'm also aware that Setsuna is trying to be considerate.
それじゃあホテルに戻ろうか。そろそろ朝食の時間じゃない？
I grab Setsuna outstretched left hand with my right hand, and my other hand is holding the small box in my pocket. In the end, I missed the perfect timing of Christmas Eve, and it's all my fault.
どんなものが出るのかな？楽しみ。昨夜は時間なかったから空港のハンバーガーショップだったんだよね。
朝食にそんな期待したって無駄。日本とそんなに変わらないって。その代わり夜に期待してて。
ほどほどに期待しとく。
ほどほどに任せて。
I feel warmth coming from Setsuna's hand and her words. Along the way back to the hotel, I feel my resolve being renewed. I can't keep burying these guilty feelings. I can't remain in this beautiful yet painful place. So I'll bury it for one more day. I'll finish Kazusa's interview and then go back to Japan immediately. Setsuna and I will go back to where we belong. Damn. He's not gonna tell her. Keep it a
海洋社の
secret.
北原と申します。今日はどうかよろしくお願いします。この度はお忙しいところ、こちらの無理を聞いていただきありがとうございました。編集長の吉松からもトーマさんにくれぐれもよろしくと。
ギターくん？
北原です。お久しぶりです。
I've only been called that once until now, but it somehow fills me with nostalgia. It was an impactful meeting after all.
それでカズさんは
ちょっと待って。中に入るの少しだけ待ってちょうだい。
トーマさん。
ここでこういう展開は予想してなかったわよ。どうしてあなたが来るのよ。
今年から海洋社に入社しまして、
それはおめでとう。そっか、もう大学卒業したのか。大きくなったわね。
ありがとうございます。
And for some reason, even though she only met me once, it seems I left a profound impression on her as well.
それはそれとして困ったわね。
Mother plus daughter. I don't know how I feel. I like that too, but I don't know, man. It's because it's Haruki, right? Doesn't that feel like it's cheating too? If it was another main character, I'm all for it. I'm like, hell yeah. But then I think about Haruki. I'm like, this dude's gonna cry, bro. He can't do it. He's a bitch. Don't you think Haruki's the type to cry after he had sex? I think he's the type of guy to cry.
何か問題でも？
ないとでも思ってるの？いきなりあなたと顔を合わせたりしたら、あの子パニックになりかねないわよ。
We met yesterday. It was me who broke into a panic, not Kazusa. But even setting that aside, this whole ordeal makes little sense. The one who approved this interview was Soma Yoko's office, yet the very president of that company doesn't even know the name of the interviewer. And yesterday, Kazusa and I...
いいよ、入ってもらって。
カズさん？
別に誰でも興味ない。さっさと終わらせて、さっさと帰ってもらう。
From inside the room, I hear a non-quite and not quite nostalgic voice. A laid-back, cold, business-like voice. If someone else were to hear it, they surely think that she hates interviews.
あなた知ってたの？
あんたこそ知らなかったのかよ。
I meet Kazusa yet again after gathering a grim resolve that this would be the last time, only for our meeting to start with my resolve getting countered.
それでインタビューの後、写真撮影になります。15時頃カメラマンが合流する予定になってますので。
写真なんて冗談じゃ。
はいはい、綺麗に撮ってやってね。元が不愛想だからその辺うまくごまかしてちょうだい。
予定は以上ですが、何か質問はありませんか？
いいからいいから、さっさと始めましょう。
上総さんもいいですか？
勝手にしろ。
そういえば足の方は大丈夫？
何のことだ？
では始めます。よろしくお願いします。
As the agreeable consent of my target of my interview, I pressed the button on the voice recorder and put it on the table.
まず最初にジャパンに国際ピアノコンクール入賞おめでとうございます。
何ヶ月前の話をしてるんだ。
Damn.
そんなのもうとっくに忘れた。
You know this is gonna be in a magazine, right?
つまりもう次の目標に向けて動き出してるってこと。ほら、過去の栄光にとらわれずひたすら前を見続けて。
Damn, Yoko with the charisma interviews.
何が栄光だ。4位なんて仙外もいいところだ。だいたい東間陽子と同じ順位なんて。
いきなり大人げないわよ、カズさん。
そうやって最初からいちいち口を出すなら全部あんたが答えればいいんだ。
よくもまあそんな大きな口が叩けるわね。あんな権威の落ちまくったコンクールに入賞した程度で。
Damn.
だから興味がないって。
Stop talking shit about the tournament. The tournament organizer is gonna get their feelings hurt.
だいたい私は日本人で最初の入賞者だったのよ。そしてあなたは8人目。
それがなんだよ。
今みたいに数十人単位で海を渡ってく時代と比べて、ヨーロッパ以外の外国人にどれだけ狭き門だったか。今なんて毎回誰かしら入賞してるし、珍しくもなんとも。
すぐそうやって自分が上だって決めつける。大人げないのはどっちだ？
どっちもだと思います。続いて来年の活動予定についてですが、一部では日本公演との噂もあるようですが。
行かない。
そうですか。
いえ、現在はまだ白紙の状態で、来年は欧州以外でもコンサートツアーを企画していることは確かです。
それでも日本へは行かない。これだけは確かだ。
Fuck, bro. This is all Haruki fault.
カズさん、
あ
安心したか？
日本のファンはあなたの演奏に直接触れる機会を熱望していますが、
決めるのは私だ。東間陽子でもましてや生まれ故郷とかそういう郷愁に興味はない。私にはこっちの水が合ってるんだ。当分動くつもりはない。
そうですか。残念です。
いい加減な社交辞令はよしてくれ。
そんなんじゃ。いえ、すいません。
Bro, I'm trying to not get fired from my job. Stop making this hard, Kazusa. She's making this hard. What do you do? You can't
東
break
間陽子
temper.
さんについては
本人に聞けばいいだろう。そこ
上総さんから見た陽子さんのことを師匠としてライバルとしてそして母親としてどう思われてるか。
私の師匠はフリューゲルだ。ここ数年この人には教えてもらってない。
Damn.
だってめんどくさいんだもん。それに私、人に教えるの苦手。
おかげでなかなか差が縮まらない。ライバルとしては高い壁だってのは認めてる。
道理で昨日雪が降ったわけね。そんな首相なセリフ、初めて聞いたわ。
そして母親としてはご覧の通り最低だ。
道理で今日は病んでるわけね。
そうですか。先ほどからお二人の会話を聞いていると友達というか姉妹みたいな感じですが。
いくら話が通じようと母親として機能しないんだからしょうがない。
はいはい。
機能しないって。
家事はしない。めったに家に帰らない。帰ってきたかと思えば友達連れ込んで大騒ぎ。一緒に暮らしてても結局昔と何も変わらない。
Damn.
昔っていつの頃ですか。どんな状況の話ですか。
知ってるくせ。
I'm just trying to do my job. Stop getting angry with me.
読者は知りません。
そんなこと人に話す義理なんかない。とにかく私は。
全然違います。そんなの昔と全然違う。
なんだと。
いいお母さんじゃないですか。どこが気に入らないんですか。
母親としては全部だ。最低の母親だ。どうして子供は親を選べないんだろうな。
つまらない一般論だ。
Heh.
喧嘩売ってんのか。
ふっかけてるのはそっちだろ。娘をバカンスに連れ出す母親のどこが最低だ。
私は行きたいなんて一言も言ってない。しかもこんな取材があることを隠してまで。
それでも一緒にいることをお前全然嫌がってないだろ。一緒にいてもいいって気にさせてくれる親なんだぞ。
Damn, Haruki snapped.
その価値全然認めないつもりか。
自分と比べるな。人の家の事情なんて私は知ったことか。
羨ましがって何が悪い。妬んでどうしていけない。お前完全に仲直りしてんのに贅沢にも程があるだろ。
春樹、お前。
はいはい、そこまで。今は仕事中ですよ、お互い。
Damn, everything was recorded.
ギター君もね、私の味方してくれるのは嬉しいけど、取材側が自分の意見を押し付けるのはどうかな。
すいません。
ぶっちゃけ上総だってネタのつもりなんだから、そこで君が本気で反応しちゃかっこ悪いんじゃないかな。
ネタでなんかあるものか。あんたは母親としては。
黙れバカ娘。昔の男と再会したからって舞い上がってんじゃない。
え？
それとも自分の中ではまだ昔だなんて。
黙れバカ母。私も黙るから。
はいはい。まあそんなわけで喧嘩両成敗。さて続きをどうぞ、対応者さん。
あ、すいません。
Can we like delete the recording? Uh-oh. They heard everything.
それじゃあ次の質問を。もしピアニストという道を選ばなかったとしたら今の自分はどうなっていたと思いますか。 陽子さん。
どうして私に振るの？
上総さんにさっき言った黙れ撤回していただけますか？
ああ、
そういう人間なんです、彼女。よくわかってるでしょうけど。
君もよくわかってるわね。
I wonder what she would have said.
ピアニストになってなかったら、そんなの引きこもりに決まってる。
Guess not a bad answer. Her family is rich.
そりゃそう思うけど。
思うんだ。
一人で住むには大きすぎる家があって、使い切れない金があって、お手伝いさんもいて、それでも働こうなんてやつの気が知れない。
That is true.
やっぱり育て方間違えた？
別に間違えてなんていなかったよ。何しろその頃は育てられてなかった。
はいはい。
本当なら私は付属を卒業した後も進学もせず就職もせず日本に引きこもって無意で無駄で最高の時間を過ごしてたはずなんだ。ところが今の私は未だに1日10時間練習させられてる。冗談みたいに毎日ピアノと向き合ってる。全部お前のせいだよ。
ここはオフレコでお願いね。
Okay. I'm keeping this. She doesn't need to know.
お疲れ様。
こちらこそいろいろとありがとうございました。
The interview took about 30 minutes longer than planned. Things didn't go over smoothly at all, but I was saved by the time limit. And now the cameraman, who himself around 30 minutes late, is ogling at Kazusa through the camera lens, as if attempting to persuade her. On the other end, Yoko-san and I are sitting down at the open terrace across the street and looking at her from afar as if it's not our problem. Which only irritates Kazusa even further.
今まで私も娘も各国のいろんなメディアから取材を受けてきたけど、間違いなく今回のが一番ひどかったわね。
申し訳ありません。経験不足は言い訳になりませんけど、いずれ上司ともども改めてお詫びさせていただきます。
別に謝ってもらう必要はないわよ。ひどかったのは上総の方だから。私がフォローに回るなんて生まれて初めてかも。
そうですか？いつもあんな感じだと思ってましたけど。
そう。ギター君にはいつもあんな感じだったんだ。いろんな感情を出しまくってぶつけまくって後悔してためらって空回りして、あんな乙女を産んだ覚えはないんだけどね。
I said this in the last video. I'm gonna say it here too. But I still think story-wise, Setsuna should be the one, right? She should be the girl to win at the end. But chemistry-wise, with the characters, it gotta be Haruki and Kazusa. Kazusa can be she can be her real self, only with Haruki. Haruki can only be Haruki, only with Kazusa. With Setsuna, he turns into a white knight. But with Kazusa, he turns into Haruki. Haruki from high school. The high school days Haruki.
それはともかく、トーマさん、よく俺のことを覚えてましたね。
2年前アンサンブルに載った日本で最初の上総の特集記事。あれ、
知ってたんですか？
いいえ、気づいたのよ。あそこまであの子のことを理解している人間、私の知る限り日本には一人しか残ってないから。
I don't want to say just Japan. Pretty much the entire world, right? It's only Haruki that really knows her. Seeing that Yoko-san was about to bring up the topic of Kazusa and I tried to change the topic, but it seems we're on different levels.
だから私のコンサートチケットを送ったのに、結局振られちゃったわね。最前列で空いてたのはあなたの席だけだったわよ。
すいません。そんなプラチナチケットとは知らなくて。
いいのよ。あの時はそういう運命だったんでしょ。あなたと上総は。
え？
ニコリともしないわね、あの子。あんなんでいいの？オタクの雑誌。
Her last statement gave me a pause, but by the time I turned to her, she was already completely immersed in her own daughter. We really all are on a different levels. Although I doubt she'd take it as a compliment if I said that to her.
あれがいいらしいんですよ、日本では。ミステリアスだとかなんとか。
ふてくされてるだけなのにね。
ですね。
As usual, the camera is passionately trying to talk to Kazusa, and she's just showing her usual cold, apathetic, and emotionless expression. Both Yoko-san and I can tell that she's in a foul mood. That mood is apparent in her expression. But through the lens of a professional cameraman, he'll definitely allow this emotionless beauty to transform. After all, she's pretty to begin with.
ねえ、ギター君。
何ですか？
私のことを恨んでるかしら。
Still gazing intently at Kazusa, Yoko-san mutters with a slight hint of self-derision. Almost unbelievably mother-like.
どうしてそんな風に思うんです？
だってカズサをこっちに連れてきたのは、あの子とあなたを引き裂いたのは。
トーマさん。
何？
やっぱり彼女はあなたについてきて正解だった。
As she acts so considerate towards me about Kazusa, I'm unable to respond with anything.
こっちで家族と暮らしていたからこそ、今のトーマカズサがあるんだと思います。あいつにしてはまっすぐで、あいつなりに一生懸命で。
そんなこと言う人はギター君だけよ。あなたもしかして両親いないの？
まあ否定はしません。
It's certainly close to not existing.
私もね、胸を張れるわけじゃないけど、この5年間それなりにうまくやってきたつもり。
はい。
That's why when I saw Kazusa for the first time in 5 years, it wasn't just her appearance that had changed. She had become more mature inside as well.
カズサは本気でピアノと向き合うようになった。間に私を挟んだりせずに、自分だけの意志で。
That's why Kazusa has been able to win time after time in a famous competition after working so hard for 5 years. She gained a strong will.
それでもね、師匠やライバルや母親がそばにいるだけじゃどうにもならないこともある。
She had the talent from the start. She gained renown with her own hands. And
ね、ギター君、あの子はね、5年前から何も。
俺、ずっと前から付き合ってる彼女がいます。結婚を考えてる相手がいるんです。
Damn, bro. We're just gonna say, hey, Guitar-kun. These past 5 years, that girl has not changed a bit. We're just gonna... How do you gotta tell her? I have a girlfriend, sorry.
そのことをカズサに言ったの？
伝えられたかどうかは分かりません。けれど、伝えようとしました。
そう。
That was a sudden and meaningless monologue. Or it was supposed to be.
おい、雑誌記者。もういいだろ？疲れた。
あ、はいはい。お疲れ様でした。
From the other side of the street, a stone throw away, the model is at her wit's end of the persistent cameraman and his attack, so she calls out to me. And so the interview is over. With this, everything is over. Did we tell Setsuna?
本日は本当にありがとうございました。
編集長によろしくね。また今度連絡するからって。
After that, the cameraman tried to kiss Kazusa on the cheek, to which she responded by immediately and harshly stomping on his foot. He left looking quite dejected.
ギャラの方は後日、トーマ陽子オフィスの方に振り込ませていただきます。請求書の方、よろしくお願いします。
はいはい。その辺は秘書に任せてあるから、直接事務所の方にお願い。
As the people staring at us, as if seeing something curious also left, only the three of us remained in the afternoon city street.
それじゃあ、これで。
元気でね、ギター君。
北原です。
Our last moment together draw closer.
ほら、カズさん、あなたも何か言いなさいよ。一応今日の主役なんだから。
知るか。もともと取材なんて乗り気じゃなかった。
別れてから思いっきり後悔するくせに。 後で泣かれても私慰めないわよ。
Damn.
早く日本へ帰れ。二度と国外に出てくるな。
Damn.
ごめんね、最後の最後までこんな娘で。
いえ、昔もこんなもんでしたから。
Kazusa finally turns her back to me. I can't even check and see what kind of expression is on her face anymore.
失礼します。お二人ともお元気で。
リーダー君もね。
So I turn my back on Kazusa as well. And she's unwilling to look at me anymore. There is no point in looking at her, because I have a place to return to. Let's go! Setsuna! Setsuna! It's waiting for me. I take one step after another on a hard stone pavement, telling myself that this is our last time, and that we'll never meet again as I step firmly on the cobblestone, no matter what happens and no matter what the reason. And even then, there is still an hour left until my promised interview with Setsuna.
カズサ。
なんだよ。しつこいぞ、ハルキ。
At some point, Kazusa had turned towards me. The moment I turned around, her eyes turned wide open. She responded to my words without a second delay.
なんだよ。言いたいことがあったらはっきり言えよ、このバカ。
Damn, Haruki, what are you gonna say? How many times do I have to tell myself that this will be the last time? Is my determination something so frail? Is it something so light and fleeting?
自分から呼びかけておいて仕方かよ。一体何がしたいんだよ、お前は。
カズサのピアノ久しぶりに聴きたいな。
ハルキ。
Only in Japan. That response was purely impulsive. I don't even know why I said it myself. Conceptually, it made no sense.
なんちゃらコンクールでなんか賞取ったんだろ。昔よりもずっと上手くなってんだろ。
Dang, the reunion! You wanna do a song? All the vocabulary I learned from work disappears from my memory one after another. My expression can only be described as the idiot Kazusa called me.
聞かせてくれよ。俺、お前のファン第1号だったよな。だったら今、少しくらい弾いてくれたって。
何言ってんだよ、お前。ピアノなんかどこにも。
探すよ。楽器屋とか酒場とか、きっとすぐに見つかるからさ。だからさ。
I don't understand anything myself anymore. I don't know what it is that's pushing me to do this, or why I feel so frustrated.
無理に決まってるだろ。
なんで俺がこんなに頼んでるのに。
Or why I feel so lonely.
ペダル踏めないだろ、この足じゃ。
Damn. I decided Kazusa's outstretched right foot. All the memories that had left me returned in an instant. I had even forgotten telling the cameraman don't take any pictures of anything lower than her knees.
昨日から知ってるじゃないか。お前が手当てしてくれたんじゃないか。
My exposed egotism turned as cold as the winter wind, making me suddenly feel freezing in turn.
知ってるのに随分と無粋なこと言うんだな。
You should have said, Let me listen to your piano. In Japan. He should have said that. He fucked up. Haruki, you fucking suck. My last memory of Kazusa left a bitter aftertaste. It's still 30 minutes before our planned rendezvous.
ハルキくん、お待たせ。
And I'm over 100 meters from the place we were promised to meet up. Setsuna was there. She found me immediately and ran towards me with a big smile on her face.
お仕事、お疲れ様でした。
せつな。
I'm sorry, Setsuna. Haruki still loves fucking Toma more than you. It's fucked up. The place I was supposed to return to came to me.
で、決めつけちゃったけど、どう？仕事の方は片付いた？
うん。完璧終わり。これで帰国までは完全フリー。
It's the evening of December 25th, the time when Christmas truly starts. The time when the illumination of the city starts, and when countless people flows out into the streets, wishing each other a Merry Christmas.
それじゃあ今夜はずっと一緒なんだね。こんな綺麗な街の中を。
Yep. The old city of Strasbourg, like the rest of the city, is covered in Christmas decorations, luring tourists from each other parts of the country.
それじゃあどこ行こうか。すぐに食事にするのももったいないよね。まずは通りを歩きたいな。
Christmas night in the city mesmerizes people from all parts of the world.
はるきくん？
The massive Christmas tree, there was splendid decorative illumination, and the baccarat chandeliers.
もしかしてお腹空いてる？やっぱり食事が先の方がいい？
うん。
じゃあどうしたい？
こうしたい。
At least in me, there's nothing that can win against the adorable girl right in front of me.
はるきくん？
At least in me, nothing can beat the woman in my arms.
ねえ、ちょっとみんな見てるよ。
それで
And just as Setsuna says, everyone around us threw at least one glance at us. After all, this is the middle of the city. As far as these passers-by are concerned, these two people hugging in middle streets are nothing but a nuisance.
ごめんな、せつな。
それ今朝から何度も聞かされてきたけど、今のが一番意味わかんないよ。
Bro, just tell her the truth, man.
もう全部終わったから。今度こそ本当に何もかも。
そうなんだ。
これからはずっとせつなと一緒だから。
Damn, you fucking acting so suspicious, Haruki. If I was Setsuna, I'm like, what the fuck he's talking about? Don't tell me. That's why my words and my actions, they make no sense in Setsuna's eyes. They're not supposed to evoke any strong feelings or passions.
それは嬉しいな。
She's sweating. I don't know if that sweat means she's doubtful or it's just hot in here. I think she's doubting Haruki right now. Even so, Setsuna puts her arms around me and gently accepts my forceful hug. She accepts me, but only came back because I reached the time limit. This horrible person who couldn't even choose her in the end.
ごめん。
だから
メリークリスマス。
メリークリスマス。
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. No? Okay. We back in
さ
Japan?
てと、それじゃあ俺失礼します。
Damn, fucking Japan. We couldn't stay a little bit in France.
え、嘘マジ北原が俺より早く帰るって
Strasbourg is France, right? I don't know if that's France. Well, we couldn't stay a little bit more in Strasbourg. Alright. They didn't even do anything special. That kind of sucked. Not even the Christmas mass.
お前最近帰るの早いんじゃないか？特に週末。どういう事情があるか知らないけど仕事がおろそかになるのは感心しないな。
Am I on salary? Hey, fuck you. I go home whenever I feel like it.
ええ、想定してなかった海外出張に行ってきた上に帰国してきてから寝ずに働いているせいでちょっと疲れが残ってるかもしれません。
早く帰れ、すぐ帰れ。ゆっくり休んで来週頑張れよ。
December 28th, Friday. When I came home from Europe last night, I headed straight to the editing department from the airport. I've been organizing the contents of my coverage from when the date changed and up until it got dark again. I hate my outstanding ex-superior who set up this kind of culture.
なあ、どうだった初めての海外出張。言葉とか通じた？ちゃんと仕事してきて。
まあなんというかいろいろと無我夢中で、とりあえず身振り手振りで無理やり話してたらいつの間にか仕事も終わってたって感じで。
そっか、やっぱ北原でもテンパるんだな。俺ちょっと安心したよ。
1年目で海外出張したやつの体験談を聞いて3年目で一度も行ったことのないやつが安心するな。
Damn, bro.
俺初海外出張はワールドカップ狙ってんですよ。 それまでにはきっちりスキル磨いておきますから。
再来年だろそれ。
I made appropriate interjections while listening to the conversation, but I couldn't focus on what they were saying. I stayed up all night yesterday, and I spent the whole day before that inside the plane. Sleeping in an economy class seats didn't do much to restore my energy. And the day before I spent the whole night making love to Setsuna, I couldn't sleep then either. You spent the whole night
北原
making love to Setsuna. Alright.
すいません。何ですか？
This bad, I fell asleep for a moment, and while I was standing no less.
本当に疲れてんだな。やっぱやめとくか？
せっかく話がまとまりかけたのに、しかも木崎さんのおごりで。
おごりって、
松岡がな、俺たちも一緒に上がって今から飲みに行こうって。
今から？
ほら、北原のお疲れ会ってことで、今回の出張の事情のこともあるし、全部木崎さん持ちで。
松岡に勝手に話を進められるのは釈然としないけど、ま、今回ばっかりはな。
いや、俺帰国してきてから寝ずに働いているせいで疲れが残ってて。
You know, everyone has worked this late. They still talk about grabbing a drink as if it was natural. People in the publishing industry truly are unbelievable. They just built different.
東間和沙にインタビューしたんだろ？なあ、その時の話聞かせろよ。
そのことですか。
俺が立てたスケジュールには入ってなかったんだけど、お前よくもそんな特ダネ仕入れてきたな。母親とは正反対でかなりの取材嫌いらしいのに。
さすが元同級生。俺もそんな強力なコネがあったらな。
いえ、それはアンサンブルの編集長が取ってきた仕事で、俺はただ言われたままに。
細かい事情なんかはいいんだよ。写真とかあるんだろ？見せろよ。
写真は全部編集長に出してきました。手元にはもう1枚も残ってません。
Because I was too afraid to keep any.
そうなのか？まあいいや、話だけでも聞かせてくれよ。今日本中で話題の美人ピアニストのこと。
勘弁してください。俺だからもう一刻も早く寝たくて。
Seriously, give me a break. If they make me tell them about back then with alcohol involved, the regrets I shut in the recesses of my mind will reappear. The Christmas scenery of Strasbourg, the dazzling snow fluttering around the city.
どうしてそんなに話すの嫌がるんだよ。昼間聞いた時もお茶濁したし。
お前やっぱさ、学園時代東間和沙と何かあったんじゃない？
そんなことあるわけないじゃないですか。どれだけ夢いっぱいな妄想ですか、それ。
A reunion that no one thought would happen on that snowy Christmas Eve. If I mix alcohol with my sleepiness, I might let those forbidden words escape my mouth.
ま、いいや。その辺も含めて飲みながらゆっくり話そうぜ。
だから
編集部で一番の若手が飲みの誘いを断れるとでも思ってんの？俺が入った時なんかそりゃもう毎日のように。
誘ってもいないのに毎回のこのこついてきてたよな。おまけに一度も払ったことなかったし。
Damn, he didn't even pay.
お願い、もう家に返して。
あいにくだがすぐには帰れないぞ北原。今から一緒にアンサンブルの編集部に来てくれ。
Damn, he didn't wipe the recording. He made that weird comments. A lot of weird comments.
え？
浜田さん？
The person who appeared was neither a guardian angel nor a demon.
その東間和沙のインタビューなんだけどな。お前あれ本当に全部彼女本人のコメントなのか？
どういう意味です？
いや北原だからそんなことはないとは思うんだけど、まさか質問し忘れてた内容を後で適当にでっち上げたりとかは。
するわけないじゃないですか。そりゃ少しは言葉遣いとかに直しを入れましたけど、あれは間違いなくあいつの東間和沙のコメントです。
あいつ？
そうだよな、北原に限ってな。けどだとしたらこれは一体どういうことなんだ？
どうしたんです浜田さん？話が全然見えてこないですよ。
なんかまずいことでも書かれてたとか？それこそ昔の男の話とか。
書くわけないでしょそんなの。じゃなくて知るわけないでしょそんな。
そっちの話じゃなくてだな。日本公演は白紙の状態だって書いてあっただろう。
ええヨーロッパ以外でのツアーは計画してるけど、それが日本かどうかは未定だって。
In truth, that was a comment Tomo Yoko made, but I say she has more credibility than Kazusa herself.
今正式発表があって、東間和沙の日本公演が決まった。1月27日。もう一月後だ。
Damn. Kazusa, what the fuck? You bitch. Oh, Kitahara credibility going down. Well.
ここだよね。カズサがコンサートを開く会場って。
At least his boss likes Kitahara, right? He believes Kitahara, so.
ああ、そうだな。
すっごいよね。何千人入るんだろう。いきなりこんな大きなところなんて、ほんと雲の上の人になっちゃったね。
そうだな。
Takeya knows. Io knows too. Kazusa concert Japan is confirmed. January 27th in the Onjoku Art and Cultural Hall. And yesterday, after receiving higher demand than expected, it was confirmed that there is even an additional concert planned a month later.
この前、授賞式の時のニュース見たけど、すっごく綺麗になってたよね、カズサ。
そうか？そんなに変わってないような気がしたけど。
そりゃ昔から綺麗だったもん。でも今は綺麗さに凄みが増してきたって感じ。私たち本当に彼女と友達だったのかな？
She is not my friend, Setsuna. Setsuna, please. I'm trying to stay loyal. Stop it. She's making this hard. Fucking Setsuna. Haruki's trying to stay loyal. Setsuna's not making it easy though. Ever since she found out about this a few days ago, Setsuna has been in high spirits. Even today, as we walk down the road to the shrine, waiting for the new year to come, she's unable to talk about anything else. Talking about how amazing her classmate was, and about our big moments on the stage back in high school. About the homecoming of her friend after 5 years.
おい、春樹。
行くなよ。絶対に行くんじゃないぞ、コンサート。
Io and Takia knows! He can't do it. Haruki doesn't have the willpower. You just gotta ignore Kazusa.
さっきから何度確かめれば気が済むんだよ。行く予定なんかないって言ってるだろ。
And the reaction of the other two is the complete opposite of Setsuna's. Distancing themselves from the merry-making Setsuna and whispering the same thing to me over and over again.
セツナちゃん無理してるだけなんだからな。本心は違うんだからな、きっと。
セツナが行きたいって言ったからってバカ正直にチケット取ったりするのよ。
Not to mention they're assaulting me from both sides.
手に入れようにも瞬殺だっただろ。
We started selling the tickets online yesterday. There were over 2,000 tickets, and they started selling them at 10 o'clock. They were sold in less than 30 minutes. At that time, since so many people were visiting that site, a lot of people couldn't even load the webpage before it was all sold out. Now the tickets price in auction site is already 10 times higher than the original price. Damn, these fucking scalpers, bro! Even in my visual novels! Fucking scalping up everything.
でもお前、つてがあるだろ。お前の会社コンサートに協賛してるしな。
よく知ってるな、お前。
Yes, our company, Kyosha, is listed as one of the sponsors for this grand concert. To begin with, Tomoyoko and Kyosha, or rather, her and the symbol chief editor have deep connections, so we are involved in practically all of their events. That's why there's a couple of tickets going around in our editing department. And even people who don't usually listen to classical music are entering a competition to get one. But I didn't join that competition.
それとコンサートに行かないだけじゃないぞ。
絶対に二人きりで会うなよ。と。
もし向こうから連絡があっても無視するんだぞ。
そりゃトーマには残酷かもしれないけど。それがお前たち3人のためなんだからな。
Damn. And so the stereo speakers continue to repeat things around me.
そんな機会なんかあるわけないだろ。お前ら、トーマカズサを何だと思ってるんだ。
工場大附属学園同窓生。
軽音楽同好会 OB。
今日本で一番人気のあるピアニストだぞ。まるでアイドル扱いだ。
Her skill is certainly part of the reason she's so popular, but the domestic noise being made right now is obviously not just about that. Tomo Yoko daughter, the beautiful pianist, the embodiment of the Japanese dream who made it big overseas. Just like a certain famous idol that came before her. In fact, people are already looking at her with the same eyes.
たとえ来日したところであちこち引っ張り回されて大忙しでプライベートな時間なんてあるわけが。
They're begging him not to cheat, cause they know. We all know Haruki's a bitch. We know he's too weak. We know that he loved her. He loved Toma more than Setsuna. We all know that. Setsuna low-key knows it too. That's why we had issues with Setsuna in closing chapter. Because Setsuna said, who's your number one, me or Toma? We didn't answer her.
彼女の事情なんかどうでもいいよ。春樹はどうなのさ。
会おうなんて思わないよ。今さらそんなつもりはない。
信じていいんだな。
No. Fucking chain up.
早くそろそろ年が明けちゃうよ。
You gotta lock Haruki in the basement. Tie him up. Tie him up.
当たり前だ。
No, tie up Haruki. I answer with a sigh and lightly wave back at Setsuna, who waves back at me with exaggerated motion. Only 5 minutes left until 2013. Damn, bro. Shit was over 10 years ago. It's been more than a decade.
コンサート行きたいね。行けるといいね。
今月の東京公演はもう完売だよ。追加公演のチケットは今月末発売だって。
そっか。次こそ頑張って取らないとね。ちゃんと発売日とか調べておかないと。
When the year ended and our shrine visit was over, we said goodbye to Takia and Io and returned to Minami Susugu. Yet Setsuna's spirits were as high as ever.
せつなちゃん無理してるだけなんだからな。
Alright, I'm not gonna buy the tickets. Don't worry. They're seeing this overly positive attitude. What Takia said feels more credible. I feel it chill go down my spine.
だいたいさ、告知が急すぎるんだよ。来日が決まった2日後にはチケット販売なんてかなり前に決まってたとしか思えないよね。
決まってただろうな。
If they start selling tickets 2 days after the concert is announced, people will make all sorts of assumptions at this rush schedule. Like how they didn't want to let the popularity from the success in the Giovanni International competition escape them, or like how they were pressured by some big advertising corporation. You want to just realize, you think Kazusa did this random concert all because Haruki made one little comment? I want to hear you play the piano. You think that sparked Kazusa to go back to Japan? Kazusa would never go back to Japan if all Haruki gotta do was walk away. Because he didn't walk away at Strasbourg, right? He turned around, called to Kazusa and told her, I want to hear you play the piano. Just like old time's sake. I was your number one fan. And then Kazusa was like, I can't. My foot's injured. And then Haruki was like, oh. He was like, oh. And then he walked away. That's it. That's how the fucking conversation ended. He was like, oh. Well, he didn't say oh, but he just walked away. He didn't say anything else. Walked away. Didn't even say goodbye. And then Kazusa probably felt a little bit of regret too. Was like, dang, if only my foot didn't hurt, I could have played the piano for Haruki. So this is why she's doing this concert. All because Haruki said that he wanted to hear Kazusa play the piano, and that he used to be her number one fan. Or how they decided on a concert in Japan a long time ago, but purposefully delayed the announcement to stir people up. Or how her mother was unsatisfied with the pay, so they were unable to announce it. But unlike these varying speculations, I was supposed to know the real facts. The most reliable source out there told me that she wasn't going. That's why I told myself over and over again that our reunion in Strasbourg would be the last time we meet. Kazusa herself said that it was over. She said that the only thing certain is that she's not going to Japan. But then why? Why did she turn over what she said herself after a mere 2 days?
Haruki-kun?
It's cause you fucking say you want to listen to her play the piano, Haruki. It's your fault, asshole. Now take responsibility.
なんでもない。さあ、帰ろうか。
Don't look at me like that, Setsuna. I grabbed Setsuna's hand and started walking along the road towards my apartment. Damn. I don't have to think about anything unnecessary. But now I should only focus on the New Year's Day I would spend with Setsuna. I would spend time with Setsuna in my apartment, but not long enough to call it staying over. Early in the morning, I'll visit the Ogiso household and enjoy New Year's osechi made by Setsuna and her mom. While being met with her father, awkward expression, I'll enjoy my time there as if I was part of her family. In the afternoon, we'll visit the shrine with her family. It will be our second time there this year. Normally, it would be rude to be imposing on them for the whole day, but in the morning of the second day, Setsuna will come over to my place again. We'll eat the leftovers of the sechi from the day before and watch the EV together, shoulder to shoulder. Discussing whether we should go buy a mystery package or go out to hang out. We'll be too lazy to move, so we'll end up spending the entire day in my room. I bought a mystery package once because I got curious. Mystery package fucking sucks. The real reason I knew this and I still bought it because I was just curious. It's leftovers, bro. It's just leftover stock. You never get what you want in a mystery package. Never. Like that, lazily without any change. Yet it'll be a period of time that allows me to feel calm, together with Setsuna, without worrying about anything else, merely.
ねえ、はるきくん。カズサに会いたい？
いや、別に。
Nah, I'm good. I didn't want to think about anything else yet. Setsuna peers at me thoughtlessly, now that she has finally regained her calm demeanor.
5年ぶりだよ。日本に帰ってくるんだよ。
だから俺には。
あの時以来なんだよ。
やめろよ、セツナ。どうしてそんなこと言うんだ。
ごめんなさい。
いや、謝ることなんかない。俺の方こそ変な言い方してごめん。
はるきくん。
けどさ、セツナ、今日はなんだか変だぞ。妙にはしゃぎすぎてる。
うん、はしゃぎすぎてるよ。だってはるきくんが沈みすぎてるから。
I never realized how those two only went after me and said nothing about Setsuna. For the viewpoint of the onlooker, was I the one acting strange?
だからその理由を聞きたくて、けれどなんとなく聞きたくなくて、いろいろとぎこちなくなってるの。
Kazusa isn't what Setsuna was feeling conscious about. She's feeling conscious about me, who's feeling conscious about Kazusa.
ねえ、はるきくん。カズサ、日本に来るんだよ。私たちのすぐ近くまで
Oh God.
戻ってくるんだよ。
すぐにまたウィーンに帰る。今のトーマにとっては向こうが故郷なんだ。
I'm feeling so conscious about Kazusa that I'm purposely calling her Toma.
私、カズサに会わないでなんて言わない。そんなこと神様にお願いなんかしてないよ。
セツナ。
I don't know if that's the truth, is it?
ただ、はるきくんのままでいてくれたらそれでいい。今のあなたのままで。
Setsuna was in high spirits because she was feeling uneasy, not because of my uneasiness infected her. It's because I'm too conscious about Kazusa, because I'm too worried about her, all because of her and her whimsicalness. That's why I had to reassure her, I had to do away with Setsuna's unease. We gotta say no, Ray! What? What? What was What was the question again? I don't know what the question, but it's telling me to pick number 2. Whoops. I met Kazusa. I met her. We gotta tell her the truth. What am I doing? Why am I thinking I can cheer Setsuna up right now? Even though I betrayed Setsuna once again, even though I kept silent about something of unparalleled importance.
違うんだよ、セツナ。
何が？
Had I only told her from the start, I wouldn't be tormented by this unease I know the reason for. And Setsuna wouldn't be tormented by this unease she doesn't know the reason for.
あいつと会うことが問題じゃないんだ。
It's already too late. An entire week too late.
あいつと会ったことが問題だったんだ。
I already reunited long ago. The fact that I hid this from Setsuna all this time is the final nail in the coffin for the sin I committed.
いつ？どこで？
ストラスブール。
Oh god. It's not what you think, Setsuna. I didn't touch her. Yeah, I touched her. But I only touched her feet. You know, to some people, the feet's the most valuable part, though. That's pretty weird to put it. The feet's the most lewd part of the body. You touch her legs and her feet. I didn't suck on the toes, though. I only stroke it. Does that count? With that, it seems that Setsuna understands everything now. After that, just like how people tend to talk at length when confessing to the crimes, I told her about my week-long sin. I told her about how the job I suddenly given on the 25th was a widely talked about exclusive interview with the young pianist. I told her that I didn't know it involved Kazusa until I already landed. I told her that Kazusa didn't know it involved me either. I told her that on the morning of the 25th, after my morning stroll and breakfast Setsuna, I went to see Kazusa. I told her that when she was walking the streets alone, I was with Kazusa. And we gotta tell, we gotta just tell her everything. Why are we keeping secrets? Why keep a secret? Why would you even give me this choice? Don't say too much how it makes you more suspicious. Is that why? Fuck you. We gotta tell everybody. I mean, yeah, fuck it. We gotta tell everybody and Setsuna. We gotta tell her everything. The wounded tourist happened to be none other than Kazusa. The reason I couldn't attend Christmas Mass with her was because of Kazusa. The reason I broke our 1 week rule, which we had kept for almost 2 years, was because of Kazusa. Gotta tell her everything.
ごめん、セツナ。本当にごめん。
If Setsuna can't forgive us, she wasn't the one. That might have been a superfluous addition. Perhaps nothing more than a meaningless revelation. On our first ever overseas trip together, I happened to have a reunion with Kazusa, that's all. Something I never told Setsuna when we were there. Something that kept a secret between Kazusa and me, nothing more. But to Setsuna, it's far too cruel but true to say it's nothing more. But I tell her anyway, I can't keep it from her. Without knowing for whose sake, and without knowing what I'm conveying.
So...
You know, Setsuna have... I don't know if this is a trauma, but introductory chapter, the one thing Setsuna hate most is, you know, people keeping secrets from her. She doesn't like that shit. That's why she kind of like get a little crazy in introductory chapter, because Kazusa and Haruki had a secret together, which is Haruki stayed over at Kazusa's house to practice guitar. Nothing more, practicing guitar. Right. But because they kept it a secret, Setsuna was like, she got super crazy. And then they kind of make up. And then Setsuna, she was like, no more secrets, you gotta tell me everything. Right? Setsuna was open about that. She doesn't like people keeping secrets from her, especially the people she cares about. At some point, our hands had separated. Of course it's separated. You did the one thing that Setsuna hates the most. You should have told Setsuna the truth. Day one, Haruki, you fucked up. Of course, toward my place stops, and we look at each other in silence and a cold breeze.
あの時のごめんって そういうことだったんだね。
ごめん。
Setsuna is a smart woman. She knows the changes in my demeanor today. But that's all she finally come to notice just now.
春樹くん、ずっと悩んでたんだね。私が傷つくと思って言えずにいたんだね。
She hadn't noticed that the change in my demeanor had started as far back as that day.
彼女、失格だね。彼氏のこと全部わかってるなんて思いやがって。
Damn, it's not your fault, Setsuna. It's Haruki. Haruki's the shitty boyfriend. You're fantastic. You're the best girlfriend ever.
違う、セツナは悪くない。ただ俺が。
でもね、でも
Uh-oh.
私が悪いって分かってるんだけど、春樹くんが話せないのも当然だなって思うけれど、
Setsuna is still feeling tense.
それでもやっぱり話してほしかったなって、そう思っちゃう心を止められないよ。
It's just that her attention is not facing the other direction.
私だってカズさんに会いたかったのに、久しぶりに話をしたかったのに。
If I told her that Kazusa was nearby back then, I'm sure that Setsuna wouldn't want to meet her.
3人で会いたかったのに、夜通し思い出を語り合いたかったのに。
Damn. My bad. Had she met Kazusa, there's no doubt she would have been overcome with emotion. She have cried and laughed with a vigor strong enough to never separate them again.
でもそんな風に思ってたのはやっぱり私だけなのかな。
Yeah. And I would look at the two of them with a smile, but at the same time, I've been tortured by regret and a suffocating feeling.
カズサは私になんか会いたくないのかな。春樹くんはカズサと会ってるところを私に見られたくなんかないのかな。
Damn. Kazusa would have talked to Setsuna about their fond memories together, but at times she'd gone silent with a pained look on her face.
そもそも私だって本当にそう思ってたのかな。
And Setsuna, when she said her farewell to Kazusa and returned to just being the two of us again, she had noticed her own deep wounds and cried without knowing why.
ごめん、考えがうまくまとまらない。今春樹くんと笑って話せない。
Yeah, like she is now. I'm not sure if it's any accurate, but that's how I imagine a reunion between the three of us would look.
今日は帰るね。
Damn, on New Year's! Ouch!
セツナ。
That's why I couldn't tell Setsuna back then. I knew that no matter what I told her, when I told her, it turned out like this.
しばらく一人で考えたいの。考えがまとまったら連絡するから。
All while knowing that the longer I kept the secret, the deeper the wound would be once I did tell her.
だからその
Damn, you should have told her after New Year's. This fucking sucks, dude. Now you gotta spend the night alone. Alone in New Year's. Just like me.
わかった。待ってる。セツナが連絡くれるまでこっちからはしないから。
ごめんね。
それは俺の。いや、おやすみ。
おやすみ。
Setsuna turns around, going down the road in the opposite direction to my apartment, towards the station.
ねえ、春樹くん。今年もよろしくね。
She turns around once more and forces a smile.
ああ、こっちこそ。
Yeah, at the sight of those eyes on the verge of tears, I could do nothing but wave my hand back at her. Dang, now what? The fourth.
中島さん、おかえりなさい。ハワイはいかがでしたか？
Hawaii.
いやー、毎日ダイビングでした。
そうですか。
北原
楽しんでいらっしゃいましたか？
おい、北原。
子供たちがね、ダイビングは今年初めてだったんだけど、すぐに僕より上手くなっちゃって、
年は大河ドラマへの出演も決まり、
レイアウト済んでます。サーバーにアップしてありますから、まず確認してください。
いいですね。それじゃ
ありがとうございま
It's
す。
January 4th. The Mo's back to work deadlines came left and right for two different magazines, don't last.
違うそうじゃないって。お前、俺が声かけるとどうしていつも先回りするんだよ。
すいません。ここ1年の体験から自然と防衛本能が。
そうそう、浜田さん確認しないで怒るもんな。
それはだな、ここ3年の体験から自然と叱り癖が。あとそれよりもお前、車は運転できるか？
免許なら大学の時取りましたけど、でもペーパーですよ。
What the fuck's a paper? What? You mean a paper?
そっか、どうしたもんかな。
I mean, it's not a real license.
何です？車でしか行けない取材先なんですか？でもだったら俺じゃなくても。
ああ、いや、俺じゃなくてアンサンブルの編集長がな。
アンサンブル？
成田に人を迎えに行く用事があって、
Oh,
できればお前に運転手を頼みたいってことだったんだ。
god damn it. This is all Yoko fault, bro. This causes some one fault. She's trying to hook up fucking Haruki with fucking Kazusa, bro. Damn, bro.
成田？海外からの客ですか？しかも運転手付きって大物っぽいですね。
これでしょこれ。北原くんを一本釣りするところからもさ。
I only got
というわ
paper.
けで、今日の成田空港、お正月を海外で過ごした方々の帰省ラッシュで大変な混雑となっていま
I
す。
got a license.
そしてそんな中、東間陽子さん、上総さんの到着まではあと10分ほどということです。というわけで、一旦スタジオにお返しします。
ありがとうございま
The
した。
Simbo chief
到
editor
着次第また中
Narita
継に切り替える予定です。
There's no need for Suzuki-san to point it out. I can already figure out what answer these three keywords leads me to. I can see video of Narita Airport on the screen of her phone. The noise reporter is also on the screen and doesn't take long for her to speak the last keyword.
ま、そういうことだ。東間親子のお出迎え。北原なら向こうも問題ないだろうって。
うわー、結構マスコミ張ってますね。今や時の人だよな。
バカンスから帰ってくる芸能人目当てじゃ。
今テレビで思いっきり名前言ったじゃん。少なくともこの曲は東間上目当てだぞ。
まあ憧れだった同級生の女の子が雲の上の人になっちゃったのを認めたくない気持ちはわかるけどさ。
If that's true, I wish she had just stayed out of reach. I wish she wouldn't have come to me.
にしてもアンサンブルもかわいそうにな。独占インタビューの掲載前に来日されちゃって。
これが隔月間の辛いところよね。久しぶりの目玉記事だったのに結局グラフに載ることになっちゃったし。
まあそのこともあって向こうさんにも恩返しの必要があってな。
I worked on a request on Simbo on an exclusive interview with Tomo Kazusa, but her article was moved to a Cairo graph due to the relevancy of the article. Due to that, they lost a massive scoop, and we gained about 8 pages of pure profit. We even had to change to cover the magazine halfway.
そんな事情もあるんでなんとかならないか。ホテルまで送ってついでに会食にもお供しろって。もちろん飯代は向こうの編集部持ち。
Damn, paid dinner! That sounds so appetizing. I can't. I need Setsuna.
でも俺半年以上運転してないし。
浜田さん、俺
なんならタクシーでもいいってよ。向こうが期待してるのは車の運転よりも大負け担当としてのお前らしいからな。
God damn, fucking Yoko. Yoko's too powerful, dude. You can't stand against the Tomo family. They got too much connections. Powerful connections. She's friend with his boss. Deep connections with his boss. So, fucking Haruki can't say no. He can't say no.
いやな、この間の取材 向こうの反応がえらくいいらしくてな。特に東間陽子に。
Anyway, Yoko's pulling the strings. Yoko-san was. Is that an evaluation of the actual job I did? Or perhaps.
なんでも東間和沙ってかなり気難しくて、普段の取材だとほとんど喋らないらしい。あれだけコメントを引き出せたのは奇跡だとか。
へえ、そうだった北原くん。
Yeah, damn it.
どうなんでしょうね。別に普通でしたけど、まあ学園時代は確かにそんなところあったかも。
The first time I met her, she was making an enemy of the whole world around her for no reason. But now, the degree of difference in how she speaks to others and how she speaks to me. I don't know what meaning there is behind that aspect of her.
そんなわけだからさ、北原。
すいません、俺まだ今日の仕事が全然終わってなくて。
そうか、わかった。お前がそこまで言うなら。
Oh, you're fired!
俺だから俺が。
仕方ないから俺が顔出すわ。
Oh, okay.
一応お前の上司だからフォローしとかないとな。
Alright, you go for me.
すいません、ご面倒をおかけします。
なんかそれ違くない？
上司だったら会食じゃなくて仕事の方をフォローすればいいのに。
Oh!
奥さんに電話しちゃおっかな。
Oh! I wait for everyone to stare to disperse and then quietly slip away. And I uncomfortably wondered whether my blunt rejection didn't came across as all too unnatural. Damn, my man, well, he's fresh out of college. He don't have a car. They gotta take the train. It'll be nice to see Haruki drive. I mean, Toma was the one driving last time, right? Introductory Route, Toma got a license. And she got a rental. She's rich. Things went quite smoothly for my first day of work after the holidays. I was able to leave the editing department before 10 p.m. At first, I just wanted to put on the show to run away from that job and pretended to be very busy. But before I knew it, I ended up finishing everything and my entire body felt worn out. By working non-stop, I can prevent myself from thinking about anything unnecessary and fully immerse myself in my job. Kazusa's back, and it's headline news on top of that. Even though I bade her farewell 5 years ago at the airport. Even though I bade her farewell in my heart 2 years ago. Even though I bade her farewell 2 weeks ago in Strasbourg. Despite that, she returned. I never imagined that things would turn out this way. To put it more accurately, I very much did anticipate this to happen, but I forced myself to not even entertain the possibility.
まもなく岩津町、お出口は左側になります。
I'm not good at all. Whenever I have the slightest time to think, I turn out like this. It should be nothing to be worried about. Her homecoming is absolutely nothing to do with me. It's simply that she got high appraisal overseas, which caused her to soar in popularity in Japan. Now she is simply answering to the Japanese demand. That's right, I have no involvement, no interest. Alright, this is my stop. Time to get off the subway.
岩津町です。お降りの方はドアにお気をつけください。
ドアが閉まります。ご注意ください。
Yeah, did he get off the subway? Oh no, this is Japan, right? So it's like a train? I guess you should call it a train, right? I'm not supposed to have any involvement. I can't be allowed to hold any interest. What am I doing? This isn't where I live at all. How would I get off the train halfway? Damn, he's going to fucking Toma house. I remember this. This is Toma. This is Toma train station. I walked down this path that filled with memories and regret for over 10 minutes. Don't tell me he's at our house. God damn it. Oh shit. What the fuck happened? And the place I reached, it's a place that has been suitable for living in for over 3 years.
トーマ、ちょっと、おい。
早く来なよ。
いや、こんなことって。
どうしたの？今になっておじけづいた？
おじけづくわそりゃ。
Damn, bro. It seems that Kazusa left. This place was still being maintained. But at some point, the nameplate reading Toma at the front was replaced with a sign reading for sale. But because this building was so overly extravagant and spacious, no one could come up with the appropriate bid, so the building has been left without a buyer. Before long, weeds started growing on the surrounding area, and what had once been our studio had lost any vestige of what it once had been.
本当
Yeah,
に
bro.
本当にいいんだな、北原。
ねやろうよ。
Oh,
私
fuck.
これ弾いてる北原くん見てみたい。
When things were simple
北
back
原が
then.
詩を書いて、私が曲をつけた。小木曽のためだけの歌。
Damn, Toma, you lied. Haruki wrote it for you, not for Setsuna.
時間ないんだよ春樹くん。あとたったの1日。頑張って私たちの曲
Hey,
完成させよう。
she got long hair right here. I told you she looked better with long hair. We only spent 2 weeks here, never talking most of the time, only playing our instruments. Why do I only recall vivid and happy memories of this place? God damn it, it's Toma, isn't it? You fucking idiot. Haruki! Should have went back to your apartment.
なんて。
No. Haruki got the same idea as you did. He just wanted to walk down memory lane. Just why? Why is the person making up the core of my happy memory standing right in front of me now? Damn. Anogoro no yoni. After staring at me dumbfoundedly, Kazusa found herself at a loss of words at the state of what had once been her home. Double checking the nameplate, peeking through the gate, walking around the house, and finally realizing the true length of 5 years.
母さんに聞いてはいたけどさ。
そうか。
見ない方がいいとも言われたけどさ。
そっか。
見なけりゃよかった。
Damn. You gotta adjust your deserts. For abandoning this house and for abandoning this country. For coming back despite saying you didn't want to. For coming back home despite the warnings of your family.
嫌なやつと嫌なところで会っちまうし。
Damn. For having a reunion with me even in
お
Japan.
前、うちの編集長と会食って。
母さんに任せて抜けてきた。嫌なやつが出るって聞かされてたから。
Haruki. Damn.
そしたらこんな。ほんと
I told you, bro.
ついてない。
I'll keep repeating this shit until it ends. For the sake of the story, Setsuna gotta win. But the chemistry, dude. Haruki, Kazusa, they think so much alike. You may call it the scripted scripts of all scripts, but I call it destiny. This is Kazusa and Haruki destiny. They're so much compatible with each other. They're on the same wavelength. They thought of the same idea. They didn't want to see each other at dinner. But they came to a place, their fondest memories of high school.
そうだな。お互い。
We both went out of our way to avoid each other. But in the end, we ended up meeting each other.
なんでこんなところにいるんだよ。どうしてだ、春樹。
別に大した理由なんかない。 気がついたらここに立ってただけだ。
And that place was a place filled with memories of the three of us.
バカじゃないのかお前は。こんな場所に来たって何の意味もないのに。
バカはお前の方だ。そっちなんか意味がないどころか辛い思いするだけじゃないか。
But the memories left by the three of us are long gone, without any trace being left behind.
ごめん。
I really can't call this anything other than bad luck. This is our first reunion in Japan after 5 years. We're supposed to have a somewhat special relationship together back then.
帰ろうかな。もうここにも用はないし。
Yet there's no hint of any desire to celebrate our past chance meeting. Nowhere reminisce about our past memories.
今どこに滞在してるんだ？
ホテルだよ。最上階のスイートルーム。どこのホテルかなんて興味ないよな。
Haruki, say no.
スイートか。相変わらずだな、お前んち。俺には一生無縁な場所だ。
少しくらいセキュリティが高くないとどうしようもないって痛感したからな。ホテルのロビーにまで取材が来やがった。
有名人だからな、今のお前は。さすがはジェバンニ国際入賞ピアニスト。
To the contrary, we both tried to avoid a reunion in Japan. And now that we finally met, our conversation goes less than smoothly.
私なんかまだ何も成し遂げてない。こんな駆け出しのピアニストヨーロッパじゃ相手にもされてない。
そうなのか？
母さんには有名オケから何度も声がかかる。私はどこからも呼ばれたことがない。二人にはそれだけの差があるんだ。
そんなのこれからだろ。お前の母親はもう30年近くも第一線で。
そうさ、これからなんだよ。なのにそんな私がここではチケット初日完売、一度もやる前に追加公演決定。一体何の冗談だ。
そりゃ上総が日本人だからだろ。ヨーロッパであまり注目されないのも日本で注目されるのもそのせいだ。
向こうで私より活躍してる日本人のアーティストなんて5万といる。なのにその人たちには目も向けないで。
まあそれにだって理由はあるけど、今のお前に言ったって納得しないだろうな。
日本人の理屈か？私とは違う感覚ってやつか？
かもな。
Something that all Japanese people share, or rather, and utterly ununified about. It's the way they get easily excited and bored about celebrities in a uniform manner. That is something anyone familiar with Western culture would find strange.
この国は異常だ。こんな何の実績もない小娘をマスコミが追いかけ回す。まるで芸能人みたいに。
Perhaps her utterance is a sarcastic remark about me, who is both Japanese and part of the mass media. What she said. Talking shit.
本当にうんざりだ、こんな国。コンサートが終わったらすぐに。
なら来なければよかったじゃないか。
Damn. Oh, damn, bro. Haruki, you shouldn't have said that. That's kind of hurtful. Those words were obviously meant to start something.
日本には来ないんじゃなかったのか？インタビューではそう言ってたろ。
But it's hard for me to determine if she's really itching to start a fight, or if I made a mistake in pushing back against her provocation.
来て欲しくなかったか？
Oh, come on, Haruki, no! Stop being an asshole! You mean it?
俺の意見なんかどうでもいいだろ。俺が来るなって言ったら今から帰るのか？
Damn, Haruki. She did take offense in the end.
そうだよ。決めるのは私だって言った。だから私が行くって言ったら行くんだ。
そうかよ。そりゃよかったな。
誰も私の気持ちを変えることなんかできない。 観客だろうが母親だろうが、ましてやお前なんか。
ファンの声は無視かよ。最低の芸人だな。あ、それとも芸術家ならそういうの OK なんだっけ？
どうしてそうやってすぐ上げ足ばかり取るんだ。
俺のことを貶めるのはどうだっていいけどさ、本当にお前のピアノが好きな人だっているんだぞ。失礼だと思わないのか？
Damn, the old Haruki, bro. High school Haruki. Always finding a retort.
そんなの関係ないって言ってるだろ。本筋と関係ないところで余計な説教しやがって。
Always lecturing people.
本当は今言ったことちょっと後悔してるよな。ただ引くに引けないだけなんだろ。だってお前昔から見かけより小心者で。
Damn. You see the whole thing. Damn, that was pretty good. I like that from Haruki.
お前にどうこう言われる筋合いはない。何様のつもりなんだよ、春樹。
悪かった。
昔のまんまじゃないか。
I wonder why. See, that's the key right there. You haven't changed at all. I keep telling you, man. Every time he's with Kazusa, he goes back to his true self. His self when he was in high school. The nosy Haruki. The school representative Haruki. The Haruki that will always lecture everyone. The Haruki that will always scold everyone. I wonder why. It is our first reunion in Japan after 5 years. We supposedly had a somewhat special relationship together back then. Why can't we have a peaceful conversation? Why must I always degrade into pointless lecturing and emotional fits of anger?
こんなところにいるからいけないんだ。帰る。今度こそもう帰る。
そっか。
Of course, I already know the answer to that question.
もう二度とここには来ない。
I can't reminisce here anymore.
昔の私が知っている場所には、昔の私を知っている場所には近づかない。
Because the history built up with the three of us has long since been cut off. And now we're divided into a couple and one person. Because it isn't part of the couple.
じゃあな、春樹。もう会うこともないと思うけど。
ちゃんと帰れるか？
Damn.
バカにするな。日本語くらい喋れる。
Haruki is so mean. I kind of like that. Unlike during our time in Strasbourg, Kazusa is the one who leads this time. But unlike the irresolute me, she walks away with her back held straight, never looking back. That's why I remain, irresolutely and intently looking at her back as she wanders off into the distance.
ごめんな、カズサ。
I'm really sorry for pointlessly angering you. It's okay, Haruki. You had a grudge against her. Because of her, your relationship with Setsuna is in shambles.
いくらなんでも考えすぎじゃないの？せつなもみんなもさ。何が？だから東間和沙のことよ。北原さんに未練があるんじゃないかって話。
Hey, fuck you, Tomo. She doesn't know anything.
だってさ、向こうは今をときめく人気ピアニストよ。学園祭のキーボード担当とはもう何もかも違うのよ。すごく綺麗になってたよね。ピアノもずっと上手くなってるんだろうな。聞いてみたいんだけどな。そんな超有名人になっちゃったあの人がどうして未だに北原さん程度の。
For this one, I'm gonna grab this sprite. I'm gonna grab this Setsuna sprite because it got better lighting. And then I'm gonna Photoshop her without her twin tails. I got you guys next time.
春樹くん程度の何なのかな。
You'll beat her ass, Setsuna.
別にけなしてるわけじゃないわよ。ただどんなに刹那が彼に傾倒してたとしても、あの人が一般人であることには変わりないじゃない。 それでも私にとっては特別すぎるんだよ。
今はいつもみたいに刹那の際限内のロケを聞いてる場合じゃないの。ただ可能性を検証してるだけ。
カズサにとっても特別すぎたんだよ。5年前の春樹。
でも今トーマカズサは5年前の彼女じゃないんだもの。今の彼女はハードルが高すぎるわよ。
そんなのお互いの気持ち次第でどうにでも
ならないと思うけどな。特に向こう側の事情がそうはさせないでしょ。
カズサの事情？
彼女活動拠点がヨーロッパなんだし、コンサート終わったらまたすぐ向こうに帰るんでしょ。
カズサが向こうに行っちゃったのは私のせいもあったんじゃないかな。
言い方良くないけど今が売り時なんだから、周囲のスタッフもそんな浮ついたこと認めるわけないでしょ。
でもカズサのお母さんそういうことにはオープンな人みたいだけど、少なくとも自分に関しては。
何より今彼女はマスコミに注目されてる。そう簡単に近づけるわけないよ。
And they don't know. Fucking Haruki just met her last night, but no one around, all alone. Luckily, Haruki, he had to spit the fire in his heart, and not passionately either. He had to be super mean to Kazusa so that she'll retreat to the hotel. If he didn't, he would have made a fatal mistake that night.
春樹くんもマスコミなんだけど、それもカズサ担当って言ってもいいくらいの。
ああもう、ああ言えばこういううっとうしい。
That's because Setsuna's right though. He is in charge of everything Kazusa related. It's fucked up.
だって
It's because Yoko pulling all the connections though.
だったら北原さんの方はどうなのよ。そういうことできる人だと思う？
春樹くんは。
彼って普通に真面目な人じゃん。いい意味で常識やしがらみにとらわれる人じゃん。
I don't know if someone know, bro. I know a little bit of Haruki, bro. We spent like so much time with Haruki. We saw him cheated on Setsuna 4 straight times before I can go to the Setsuna route again. He just straight up cheated on her 4 straight times. Tomo doesn't know. She's from this universe. She doesn't know about the parallel universes that Haruki cheated on Setsuna 3 straight times. The 4th one was Kazusa in the beginning, so that counts on all the universes.
そのせいでもう一度振り向かせるのに苦労したけどね。昔のことを乗り越えるの大変だったけどね。
だからこそ今の自分の立場を捨てるようなこと、刹那を悲しませるようなこと絶対にしない人だと思うけどな。
Man, I can't trust Haruki.
それは
Even Io and Takia can't trust Haruki. Tomo trusts Haruki though. That's pretty surprising. I wonder why she trusts Haruki so much.
まあ隠れて浮気くらいならありかもしんないけど。
Never mind. She doesn't trust Haruki either. I was gonna find that a little bit weird. I'm like, damn, Tomo, you really trust Haruki like that? Ah, never mind. She knows Haruki might cheat on Setsuna.
聞こえてるよ。
だからさ、どんなに東間上沙が北原さんのことを好きでも、
やっぱりその可能性は否定しないんだね。
刹那が堅くなに否定しないからそれに合わせただけじゃない。もうめんどくさいな。
どうせめんどくさい女ですよ。すぐにうじうじして昔のこと気にして。親友が5年ぶりに帰国してきたっていうのに連絡も取ろうとしない。素直に喜べない。そんな嫌な女の子ですよーだ。
刹那、や
だもう自己嫌悪。こんなことじゃ余計に春樹くんに愛想つかされる。上総にだってもしかしたら嫌な思いさせてるかも。どうしよう。どうしたらいいんだろう。 私。
ねえ、それならさ、気晴らしに歌わない？
カラオケ？でも今はそんな気分じゃ。
そうじゃなくて、っていうか今まで散々ボイトレしてたのにまだ歌えるか。
あんなの何時間やったって平気だけど。
セツナって喉の強さに関しては完全にプロ級よね。
別に下手の横好きだよ。
私一人で聞くなんてもったいないもん。ライブよ。久々にヘルプで出ない？気晴らしも兼ねてさ。
ライブか。
去年2度くらい参加したバンド覚えてる？ほら、アコースティック中心の結構古い曲を中心にやってる。
ああ、覚えてる。確かボーカルに固定メンバーがいなくって、いつもヘルプを探してる。
あとさ、やっとボーカルの新メンバーが入ったのよ。そりゃもうメンバー全員を。
へえ、よかったじゃない。
ところがその子がとんでもない球でドラムとベースを二股かけちゃって揉めた末に結局飛び出しちゃってさ。
Damn, what? She two-timed the drummer and the bassist with each other, or with two other dudes.
なんか昔どこかで聞いた状況だね。
Tomo.
そんな状況で定期ライブが2週間後に迫ってて、今代わりのボーカルを探してる最中なんだって。
The Kenyon Club.
そう。セツナなら文句ないんだけどな。前のヘルプの時もみんな絶賛してたし、それに客の盛り上がりだって。
2週間じゃ無理だよ。仕事があるからそんな期間じゃ合わせられない。私もう学生じゃないんだから。
了解。オッケーね。じゃあすぐにリーダーと連絡取るから。
ちょっとトモ、あなた今私の話聞いてた？
聞いてた。合わせられるなら参加する気十分だってね。向こうも背に腹は変えられないからさ、今からセツナの歌える曲を必死に練習するよ。それならちょっと練習すればなんとかなるでしょ。ケイちゃん、ビッグニュース。今度の日曜セツナ出られるよ。
January 7th, Monday.
お断りします。
だと
It's early afternoon in the conference room. After a loud bang on the desk, the room falls into silence. Now that there's only the two of us in the vast conference room, an awkward tension hangs in the air.
大丈夫ですか？
During that silence, Hamada-san holds his right hand in agony, trembling with tears in his eyes.
なんとかならないかな、北原。一応上司命令なんだけどな、これ。
はあ、すいません。
Perhaps because he used to be very angry. He used to being angry, but his anger never lasts for very long. They can be seen as something both good and bad.
この仕事は編集部の期待も大きいしさ。お前にとってもステップアップのチャンスだろ？
確かにそうかもしれないですが。
But rather he plans on forcing me on lowering me into the shop. I have no room to hesitate right now.
先週出た最新号のインタビュー記事が評判良くてな。何しろ今年一発目で去年のどの号よりも出たんだよ。ほら、社長賞の金一封だ。
Damn, bro. Fucking Yoko hooking up Kitahara. You know it's only because of the connections.
どうも。
That's how powerful connection is in the real world. What I received felt very light, both physically and mentally. In the brown envelope, the words President's Awards were written with a ballpoint pen. I imagined that it contains Hamada's own pocket change. Damn! Hamada gotta pay that.
まあ、旬の素材を取り上げた時点で勝ちは決まってたようなもんだけどな。アンサンブルには本当に申し訳ないことをした。
ですね。
Due to the concert held in Japan coming earlier than expected, they had no choice but to hand over the job to us. This explained the so-called President's Award.
だから何としても恩返しをしないと。 北原、お前だってそう思うだろ？
This is the plan that Sunbo chief editor and Hamada-san, along with Tomo Yoko, decided over a drink. Tomo Kazusa Japanese concert exclusive coverage. And I was singled out to be in charge of this job.
でも彼女はタレントじゃなくてピアニストですよ。しかもクラシックの。
Damn, talking shit.
なのに今はそこらの売れっ子タレントよりよっぽど世間の注目を集めてる。だからこそ余計に特集する価値がある。
だからって彼女の私生活は？
Is to say, what is being expected of me is to follow Tomo Kazusa around every day into the concert, get comments out of her, and take countless photos of her. I'd be robbing her of any sense of privacy and sacrifice my own privacy in the process. Basically, what you expect from a tabloid journalist. Kazusa would be furious if she were to ever hear about this.
インタビューした時に感じたんですけど、彼女そういう風に周囲が騒ぐことについてかなりナーバスになってるんですよ。
そこを刺激しないように取材相手といい関係を築きつつ、しかもいい記事を書くのが作り手の腕の見せ所だろうが。
そんなハードルの高い仕事、俺には無理です。
お前ならできる。風岡チルドレンのお前なら。
This feels like I'm rewinding back to 2 years ago. The job that ended up being the reason Setsuna and I broke up, and the reason we got back together.
あいつなら相手の心情と自分の仕事のどっちも取る。お前はその背中を見て育ったよな。
Damn, Mari-san! Why you gotta bring a Mari-san, asshole?
そこでマリさんの名前出すのは卑怯ですよ。
Damn it, dude, you know I still got feelings for her.
とにかく向こうの承諾は得てる。お前さえ OK なら絶対に反対なんかされないから。
Damn, you gotta take this. You can't say no.
冗談じゃない。そんなのは絶対にお断りだ。
カズさん、
どうしてそんな話を受けてくるんだ。あんた私の親だろ。
今回の日本公演に関してはマネージャーも兼任してるつもりだけど。
ならなおさらだ。私はアイドルタレントじゃないんだぞ。
そんなようなものよ。今のトーマカズサってブランドはね。
そんなの知るか。私が望んだことじゃない。
I like the way Toma wears her belt.
だいたい何が嫌なの？
I really like that.
私取材って大好きよ。世間の注目集めるのって快感じゃない？
私はそういう風に生まれつきずうずうしい変人じゃないんだよ。
ねえカズさ、あなたもいつまでも私に頼ってばかりじゃなくて、そろそろ独り立ちをね。
面白い冗談だ。私ほど親に投げっぱなされだった子供は世間でも珍しいと思うぞ。
だから今罪滅ぼししてるんじゃないの。これもあなたの社会復帰の一環だと思ってちょうだい。
人を社会不適合者みたいに言うな。
違うって言うならもっと世間とうまく付き合ってよ。スタッフともファンともマスコミとも。昨べも記者を思いっきり睨みつけたんだって。記事にはなってないけど噂にはなってるわよ。
向こうが悪いんだ。どれだけシカとしても付きまとってくるから。
少しくらい何かコメントしてあげれば相手だってそんなに追っかけてこないわよ。
私はただ私に触ってほしくないだけだ。静かにピアノだけ弾けてればいいんだ。
ピアノ弾いてご飯食べてくつもりの人間が人と付き合わずに生きていくのは不可能よ。自分を売り込まないと誰もお金なんて払わない。
だからそれは母さんが。
ほらね、あなたいつまで私のすねをかじるつもり？
とにかく密着取材なんて冗談じゃない。それだけは絶対に断らせてもらう。
担当がギター組んでも
Especially if it's guitar kun.
俺を。
そう、お前をわざわざ指名してきたんだ。担当が北原でなければこの話はなかったことにって。 取材相手からの一本釣りだぞ。新人にそんな風に声がかかるなんて普通ないぞ。ビッグチャンスだろ。
でもそれってトーマカズサ本人の希望じゃないですよね。
いや、本人の希望じゃないのか。どうして違うなんて思うんだ。
それは
This means that while Hamada-san and the others were getting excited planning this idea, Kazusa and I were arguing about her return to Japan.
そういえばこの前の出迎えも嫌がってたな。ひょっとしてインタビューの時、彼女に何か失礼なことでもしたのか。
Yeah, we can't say that though, right? I don't want to ruin Kazusa's reputation.
別にそんなことは。
The interview was the only thing that went smoothly. The issue is everything else. That's why we decided not to see each other again.
とにかくうちにはお前しかいないんだ。能力的にもコネ的にも、ついでに人数的にも。
けど俺は。
It's not befitting for someone to let their private affairs influence their work, especially not for a newcomer. But there's one thing I absolutely can't compromise on. This to not hurt Setsuna any more than I already have. Even if it's just Kazusa and me in the same room, without anything happening, I don't think Setsuna would be able to remain at ease. I have enough confidence to believe that Setsuna loves me to the extent, because that's the extent I love her. That's why.
でもお前が降りたら結局無理にでも他の担当がつくことになるんだぞ。そんなの誰もが望んでないけど。
けどさっき俺が断ったらこの話はなくなるって。
そんな簡単に引き下がれるわけないだろう、俺たちが。
Then you're gonna have to send a stalker to Kazusa, take pictures.
それにもしうちが降りたところで他社は今より余計に取材合戦みたいなことになってかえって彼女に迷惑がかかることにならないか。
Damn, this is fucked up. Why are you using freaking empathy?
まさか。
今朝記者と揉めたらしいぞ。幸い大きな騒ぎにはなってないけど。
Damn, bro, he's using your fucking emotions in this argument now. He can't reason with I keep calling him Haruki. Yes, Haruki. You can't reason Haruki with logic. He was like, yo, this is your big chance. You could climb up the ladder. He was like, okay, that didn't work. Logic would not work. It's time to get emotional now. That idiot. Be it someone she hates or not, she can't act. Can't she act even a little bit polite? No, she can't. She wouldn't be the Kazusa I know if she was capable of that.
もうちょっと考えてみてくれよ。今週中までに結論出してくれればいいから。
浜田さん。
It's tough.
それがどうした？
It's
誰
kinda
が担
tough.
当だろうが、ダメなものはダメだ。
It's really tough that your ex has connections with your boss, and your ex could control your work life. That gotta be really tough, man. It's not really directly Kazusa making those decisions, it is Yoko. So it's her ex-mom. Dang, bro. It's okay, Haruki.
あいつの名前を出せば私が喜ぶとでも思ったのか？残念だったな、思惑が外れて。
どっちにしろ劇的な反応するとは思ってたけど、想像通りだったわね。気づいてる？あなた来日してからずっと精神的に不安定なのよ。ほとんどね。
時差ボケだ。すぐに治るよ。
そのせいでピアノも荒れてる。正直今のままの状態じゃコンサートも心もとないわね。前評判が高い分、ちょっとでもふぬけた演奏したらあっという間に手のひらを返されるわよ。あなたの大嫌いなマスコミに。
それがなんだよ。それと取材がどうつながるんだよ。母さんの言ってることさっぱりわからないよ。
取材だって捉えるとわからなくなっちゃうかもね。
私の機嫌を取りたかったら 周囲の雑音を全てシャットアウトした方が効果的だ。試してみればいい。
カズさん、
とにかく私はもうこれ以上誰の干渉も受けない。ロビーで張ってる連中に通達しといてくれ。
できるわけないでしょ、広報の立場としては。私は彼らとこれからも仲良くしていきたいの。あなたのためにもね。
そんなの知るか。
まあとりあえず今日のところはここまでね。午後一杯用があるから、それまで一人で練習でもしてなさい。
どこ行くんだ。午後一杯って何時くらいまで。
I like this Kazusa sprite. At first, when I looked at it, I'm like, alright. Every time I keep looking at it, I can't help but smile, man. It's really... I wonder what they're thinking, man. I wonder what's the point of this sprite. What does the sprite express? What is it trying to show expression for Kazusa? Is she dumbfounded? Is she in awe? Is she confused? I think she's confused, just like I am. I'm like, why did they make this sprite?
だから何度も言うようだけどね。いつまでも私に甘えてないで。
二度と帰ってくるな。
There's her Code Glare sprite. Causes a Code Glare sprite. Doom, 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 doom. January 11, Friday.
おはようございます。
It's the studio. Alright. We'll call it a day. That was really nice. GG's Coda. We'll play more WoW Album 2 Coda later. Right? So far, right, the relationship escalated a little bit, but it still shows. I like that they still show when Setsuna was talking with what's her name, Toma, right? Her BFF. She still likes Haruki a lot, right? She still loves him a lot. She can't see him right now because, you know, she gotta get her feelings sorted out. So both parties still love Haruki, and Haruki still love both parties. Right? It shows that he do still kind of love Toma a little bit more. But this whole point of the story, at least for me, is to see how Setsuna can overcome that. Right? We're gonna see how Setsuna can overcome it, not just Haruki. It's gonna be a team effort with Setsuna and Haruki. So I'm looking forward for that. So I appreciate when I stopped by. It's been cool. I'll play more White Album 2 Coda later. Later, bye.